Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we got a crazy story coming from ghetto TikTok. So this couple, if you've been on TikTok lately, probably been all over your feed. So this Passportbro married this Filipino lady, and this was a video of them picking up her green card. Now he going on a rant on TikTok talking about how she's not been Americanized and left him. She responded, and this story has been going crazy, guys. Listen to this story and subscribe for more.
Well, it didn't take long. It only took 2 years, literally to the day, December 27th, for my Filipino wife to become fully Americanized, hate everything about me and what I provide, and decide to leave. Yeah, welcome to the shittiest post that I'm ever going to make. There's a lot to it, and I'm not going to go into it, okay? But suffice to say, after providing and going on the Disney World trip, which included the funeral for my mom, I got up to day 6, I think, on that, because it all broke down at Magic Kingdom. Fucking ironic. And I didn't post anything after that, because when we got back from Orlando to St. Simons, Georgia, I was greeted with the announcement from Jayanne that she wanted a separation. And then I discovered through text that she had been discussing this with her family and making plans to also take the children. So that's heavy, right? That's a nuke. And I'm gonna go into my bunker. So I came downstairs in my nice 4-story mansion and just stayed by myself through Christmas Eve and through Christmas Day. And I missed Christmas with my children. My in-laws, my mother and my father-in-law, and Jayanne, they proceeded to open the presents without me. Presents of which, all of which I bought. Yeah, the separation is a separation. I'm lucky enough to have a big house, and the logistics of it can be met right away, but I spent Christmas utterly by myself. And it's coming up on New Year's Eve, and I'm still alone. Because there's no communication from her. Why? Because she's communicating with her parents. She has the total backing and validation of her parents. Plus TikTok. All external sources of validation. And it's my position, my feelings are not relevant. She's got it figured out. She's got a plan. I'm waiting to hear what the plan is, and we'll see what happens from that point. But I'm pretty. I'm at peace with what has occurred, what could occur. I am done being Mr. Fix-It. Fix-It Felix. I'm not going to be the simp, nice guy, Fix-It Felix anymore. A relationship takes two people. And she made the decision for the separation. She's made the announcement and made plans with family to take our children back to the Philippines. And she's an adult. She has accountability. It's on her to come to me and explain to me what her plan is, such that it is, and what can be done about it. So, surprise, no more countdown with the great fun in Disney World. It was a fucking disaster. And, that's the truth. Social media is not about the truth, but I'm about the truth, so that's what I give you. Thanks. Woke up this morning to almost 1,400 comments on my last post about my wife requesting a separation. And the only thing I'm going to say about that right now, and not get into any details, although I know you all want to, hear more of the story, is that the reason I went public with what's going on. And I did that because I believe in this situation, transparency is the most important thing. I think it's the most important thing in any problem. Just be honest. Now, we've gotten to this point because there's been a little bit of dishonesty from Jayanne in the form of texting with her family and people behind my back, discussing things that she really should have just come to me with first. That was our agreement from the beginning of our relationship. We've struggled with it, and that deal was broken. And so I'm not talking to anybody behind her back. I'm talking about our problem to the world, so that there's no mistake that I am sincere and authentic in everything that I think and feel. I may not be right, and I'm probably not right in a lot of cases along the path that has gotten to this point. And I will be the first to admit my mistakes where I'm somewhat the bad guy. But overall, transparency is the key. And this is the new digital age we live in. This is a form of communication. Jayanne and I are not talking. And maybe it'll make things worse. Maybe it'll make things better. I don't know. But at this point, I just want a way forward without me making unilateral decisions and pulling triggers, right? So stay tuned, because I would love nothing more than for Jayanne to come online with me and say what she wants, to, you know, tell us her plan, right? To see where this can be fixed, if it's fixable at all. Honesty and authenticity. That's all I want. Thanks. It's the morning of New Year's Eve. Tomorrow will be 2025. And Jayanne and I, we still haven't spoken. But last night I saw Race and Rocky after an appointment. I brought home McDonald's, and I just put it on the counter, and I sat on the living room couch. And Race came down first. I didn't even know he was where he was. I didn't even know he was behind me. He came up behind me on the couch and just tapped me on the shoulder. And then Rocky came down the stairs, and she shouted, "Papa!" and bounced down. Both of them climbed up on the couch with me and just started jabbering away. It'd been a week since I'd seen them. And I moved them to the kitchen counter, and I busted out the French fries and the McNuggets, and they gobbled it up. I had texted Jayanne that I was going to be bringing home McDonald's for the kids, and she gave a thumbs up to that, so all was good. And then after they wolfed down the more fries, Rocky said, "Up, up," which means she wanted to get down from the stool. And then she took my hand and she led me to the living room, where we have a big movie screen, and she jumped up on the lazy boy, and Race joined us munching on more nuggets, and I put on Monsters Inc. and we watched a movie for about 45 minutes, and Rocky got tired and she scrambled back upstairs, and Ray stayed with me until he fell asleep. So I carried him up, and I put him down against Jayanne's back, and I left them together so they could sleep. And I came back downstairs. Of all the comments that I've received on the last video that I did, the ones that stand out are the people saying that I neglected my children on Christmas. I didn't neglect them. My staying away and my staying downstairs is to honor the separation. But it's also for everyone to see what that means, what that separation means. It was intentional. And I am heartbroken by it. But the stakes are high, and everyone needs to act with intention and clarity. So that's an update. Thank you. she buried herself under the covers and said, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, it's my husband." What? Hey everybody, Chad to Dad here. What's really surprising me are the Passport Bros, the Passport Bro community, coming at me as hard as the bitter divorcees, saying that I'm giving up the gig, that I'm ruining it for them, that I'm giving the bitter has-beens too much ammunition and fodder, that it's been quiet for a little while in the Passport Bro world, and so this is the chickens coming home to roost. You know, this is the shoe dropping. All the bros that went out during pandemic, you know, to get their bride and come back and are all starting to have problems now. I don't know. Okay, I'm just being honest about the problems that I'm having with JN. And I don't know if it has anything to do with Passport Bros or just us as individuals. But I want to tell a little story for all you Passport Bros. You know, think that you discovered something or you onto something that's now being ruined. This was going on way sooner than now, long before social media, long before the internet. Let me tell you a story about Zenaida Bastos. 1985, I'm taking a break from college. I'm 19 years old and I want to get into the real world, so I start a job as a print operator at Postal Instant Press on Kapiolani Boulevard near Ala Moana Center. And one day she got hired as a receptionist. Cute, super cute Filipina. She asked me out on a date. So I borrowed my brother's old Corolla and picked her up. We went I had a hot date. It was really nice. And she said, "You want to come back to my place?" I said, "Okay." So we came back, went to her place, and, you know, we had a good time. She was living in a house with 4 or 5 other women in her own room, and I thought that was cool, you know, just working girl. The next morning, about 6:30, there's a massive disturbance outside in the living room. And she buried herself under the covers and said, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, it's my husband." What? Fuck. So I pull up my shorts and I go out into the living room and she's kind of following me. And this really super old dude, he must have been at least 30, was standing in the living room with his fist bunched, looking like he was about to kill somebody. And he took one look at me, and I took a look at him, and I knew the deal. And he looked past me to Zenaida and said, "Come home." And she just shrunk back in her room. And then the other ladies in the house sort of stepped in to, you know, tell him he needed to leave. This was inappropriate. You know, things were going to get ugly. And man, I had my shirt in my hand and my slippers already on my feet, and I was out the door. Zenaida didn't come back to work the next day, and I don't know what happened to her. But she was a mail order bride. This is before the internet, as I already said, when you had to flip in the back of a magazine and see pictures and then respond to ads and then make calls and then fill out forms to get a bride that you probably didn't have any chance of knowing or communicating with before she arrived. So Passport Bros these days, they have a lot of tools at their disposal to establish communication rapport and use the emotional energy that it takes to create a relationship before you import somebody over here. Yeah, don't come at me, Passport Bros. This is an evolution, not the end. Thanks for watching. Bye.
I just wanted to clarify too that I am not getting any allowance and I don't have credit card. So everything that I am purchasing, I have to ask permission, and this needs to be discussed. So if you want something, we're gonna discuss it. This is how our marriage works.
Everybody, Chad to Dad here, coming at you with some more rage bait, which I just simply call the truth in reality. And I'm happy today because I get to spend some time with my son as I do a little remodeling in my basement that I've been hanging out. Now, I saw my wife post on TikTok yesterday, I think it was, that she has to have permission to get money. Yeah, actually, that's true. And when I thought about it, I realized that was pretty fucking embarrassing. It's not like I spend a lot of money on myself. I don't go drinking with the boys or golfing or play video games, stuff like that. See, my philosophy is the money that I earn is the family's money. There's no mine and all that. But what she said was pretty triggering. So I want to tell you something. I've come up with a plan. And the plan is for Jan to earn the money that she wants. And how are we going to do that? She started a business. She started a business as a landlord. That way, she can file taxes and contribute to Social Security. She needs to do that anyway to become a U.S. citizen and learn responsibility with money. Landlords have a lot of responsibility. They have a lot of overhead, right? The construction that I'm doing down here, she's going to have to pay for that out of the first couple, 3, 4, 6 months of the rent. And any maintenance and support that I give her, she got to pay me like a handyman. And learn responsibility with money by running a business, profit, loss, everything else. Yeah, early on in our marriage, after about a year, I just stopped giving her money because I was getting pissed off at the waste, right? And another thing is, I don't feel like a wife should get paid to be a mom, right? You're both contributing to the family with your sweat equity. I do sweat equity as well as cash. And a mom taking care of kids, being a stay-at-home mom, that's her investment in the family. I don't think you should get paid to be a mom. So I don't know if this will work, but I think I found a way for Jan to generate the income that she wants, contribute to her citizenship, and earn the money that she has so that she can be more responsible for it. And stop saying that she needs permission from me to spend money or to get money. Thanks. Bye.
Here.
Well, guys, let me know in the comment what you guys thought of this crazy story. The only person I feel bad for in this situation are the kids, because they don't deserve parents like this. People like this do not deserve to have kids, because now I believe the lady is 6 weeks pregnant or something, going back to the Philippines. Now you're gonna have kids growing up without their dads or whatever the case is. So I really hope they figured it out and keep their business out of TikTok. So let me know what you think. Subscribe for more.